Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Go4 MOBA Legends North American Cup number 8. We are going into Game 2 of Kings Row going against V.Beast. This time, V.Beast on the blue team and Kings Row on the red.
Yeah, this game's definitely going to be a good one because this is the second game of the best of three. Obviously, we do have V.Beast up one game already, but the sides are going to be switched and a couple of different legends coming out as well. We're actually going to see a Maxim and a Cull as well. So that's going to be kind of interesting because both of them have quite large amounts of CC, and I can imagine obviously Maxim going towards the solo lane there. 7 seconds until this spawns, and there's probably going to be a fight as always.
Yep, there's always going to be a fight around the middle, and it's all breakout. It's really hard to see what's going on, but we're seeing the first blood goes across. It's going to be traded back in. The relic being picked up for the side of V.Beast. I didn't even get to see who picked up the first blood there, but they certainly stand in dominance in the middle.
Yeah, Roland actually did pick up the relic as well. So he's going to be level 2. Dream is going to be on the Roland as well. Just sticking with that legend. Making sure he does the same kind of job. Obviously, they will have to continue this dominant streak. We're actually seeing Raven here. A legend even. We don't normally see. And it's going to be kind of interesting to see him in these kind of tournaments as well. Lots of mobility. And a very, very game-changing ultimate. Puts down a sphere that stuns everybody inside it. So we're going to have to see how she wants to use that one. Because that's going to be quite imperative in these team fights.
Well, of course, the big thing to bear in mind with Raven's ultimate is it will stun your teammates as well. So it requires some good coordination to get the best from it. I think we saw just off screen there another fight breaking out for the wreck. And again, it's going to be V.Beast who have the control. So far, so good for them.
Yeah, so far so good. They have the XP lead ever so slightly. That does mean they're going to get the advantage in this top side now. Roland just farming up here. He is going to be against the Jonic, something we don't always see as of recently. The meta has shifted away from him, but he's going to actually be picked up as well as the Cull here in the top lane. So,
well, there's some really good potential from the Jonic, having over time building up to that absolutely massive range, and certainly can be very, very annoying to deal with when he's got the slows built into his kit. And if he does itemize as well to pick up slowing items, then he can be almost impossible to approach.
Yeah, that's going to be the problem as well. And he can auto the towers out of the tower's range. That's another thing you've got to keep in mind. Just because if he can do that and your tower's at low HP, you're going to better believe it that he's going to be in that lane just trying to take down that tower, try and get that gold and minion advantage. Now, they did again pick up the relic there. V.Beast firmly in the lead at this current time in terms of XP. Got to keep that in mind. XP is a bigger factor coming into these as well. Just gives you some nice base stats. And I want to see more of Raven as well. Raven's one of those legends, like I said, don't really see all too often. But when we do see her, I can imagine it's going to be absolutely explosive. These team fights, using her mobility as well, is just going to be absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I mean, she's a really, really interesting character. I mean, absolutely massive mobility. She does complement the Maxim pretty well in terms of they're both characters who can move across the distance quite fast. But we'll have to see. Maxim getting the most out of his charge. If he can hit it at just the right distance, going to get more damage the longer it is before he hits his opponent. But it feels like it's going to be so important in this game where these guys choose to fight and how they do it as well.
Yeah, it's going to be really important. We do see Dream there just on the Roland, just stunning up Jonic. He's going to be able to walk off nice and safely, however. And we do see a lot of monster priority over in the jungle side as well, which is, again, something that these top teams do want to prioritize because it does give you just so much more XP, and the advantage as well in terms of gold is absolutely massive. Obviously, we see Raven there, piloted by Jace. I just can't wait to see these team fights because you see a mobility there, and we're seeing a lot of these legends come through that just have such high mobility, able to dash over the walls. Obviously, we do see the Maxim obviously down in the bottom side for V.Beast. Him again, just being able to jump over walls and those massive shields as well, just damage resistant is certainly a big thing, especially when you get locked up in CC like this Cull can and has been doing. And he's going to pick up the speed boost as well. We might actually see a fight here, in fact.
It's looking a little dicey. We're seeing the ultimate coming out for Roland. They go on into the tower. They secure the kill, but there's a big knock-up as well. That's going to be another kill, but there's the Raven ultimate. Is it too late to the difference maker? She can't get enough damage through in time. No, she's dashed the wrong direction, and she's going to get taken out as well. A big pickup for V.Beast, putting them 4-1 ahead.
Oh man, that Raven ultimate not going down at the right time. Like you said, she just wasn't able to get in position in order to use it effectively. You talked about how it's just stun up your teammates as well, but guess what, Peter? Their teammates were dead already. There was no way they were going to come back from that. So she comes in, puts down the ult, boom, they all get stunned up. She starts wailing on a couple of people, but there's nothing you could do at that point because your teammates are down. It's a 1v3 situation, and the CC as well coming out for the rest of V.Beast's team. It was just way too much for her.
I mean, it feels like we've got a very good team composition for V.Beast here. That's another regen relics picked up for them. That's really pushing them to have this level advantage. It feels like V.Beast have a very coherent team idea, whereas it's a little bit trickier for King's Row to bring it together. I mean, they've got this extreme range on the Jonic. They've got the close-up fighting for the Raven. I do wonder if the general idea of their team is to try and bring Raven in, stun up the opposing team, and just let Jonic go to town on them. But we haven't seen that happen as of yet, and who knows if we will this game.
Yeah, it seems so. I mean, you have those chaining of their ultimates as well. You obviously have got the Carl with the massive knockups. If you can get a couple of people in there, and then Raven dashes in, gets a nice stun. And then, like you said, you have Jonic on this back line just doing an absolute world of damage. But it's just not come to fruition just yet. Maxim's going for a dive, though.
Wow, that's massive! A huge amount of damage goes through. The rolling out comes out as well. He has to teleport away. He's not going to make it out. And we've got one member left standing for King's Row. Again, it's the Raven who's on the backside of this fight. I don't know if it's the best thing. He's going to get stunned up. He's being chased down and gets blown to pieces.
Wow, again, absolutely huge. Raven just not having an impact in those fights because she just came so late into them. You even see in this bottom side here, Maxim was able to secure that tower. They started the fight. Raven had to deal with the minion wave, and then she just was too late. Popped her ultimate, obviously. Didn't get anything meaningful from it. And boom, the fight goes in V.Beast's favour once again. 7-1 on their side as well. They're very, very they're on their way at getting that advantage. They're getting the win, just through the amount of kills they've got. The Relic's going to spawn in 20 seconds too. Man, this game is not going well for King's Row. These odd off-meta picks just not working out for them at all.
I have to feel like they've got some sort of idea in here, but if V.Beast are just able to bring the numbers advantage to bear, and they give so little time for King's Row to react, they just aren't able to get themselves in position at the right time. It's Jonic having real trouble staying alive with the sheer amount of engage that V.Beast is able to bring to the table. Truly terrifying as we see the fight breaking out. Raven getting beaten up. She's so low, she is going to get taken out. They go across the wall, but Jonic manages to just about get away in time, but he's going to dive 3-on-1. Maxim coming in strong. He finishes the job. 9-1 to V.Beast.
Yeah, that's a double kill for Maxim as well there. They're solo laner. And that's going to be pretty big for him. Definitely gold and item advantage in his favour now over this Raven. 2 levels as well on his side. You're going to see V.Beast here just try and siege up this tower. The problem is, obviously, King's Row do have Jonic, and he will be able to wave clear from a range. But the thing is, you're not going to be able to withstand the sheer power that V.Beast have on their side at this current time. And we might see that tower in the top lane, especially falling very, very soon.
I'm just checking because someone in the chat is pointing this out, that I've made an incredibly embarrassing error and gotten the teams the wrong way around. I do apologise. This is a grievous error on my part. That King's Row, in fact, are the blue team and V.Beast the red. I can only apologise that the names have got password, perhaps not the right ones, but we'll at least try and get it sorted out correctly from here on out.
Okay, so King's Row are 1 up then on the blue side. That's correct?
Yes. So we'll have, we'll have to get that changed. Again, I do apologise, guys.
All good. Yeah, not a problem. Sorry about that, boys and girls, but we will. Yeah, we'll get that sorted very, very shortly. Well, that doesn't mean the game's not going to go on. Kings Row still in firm control of this game. You can just see there, they're just sheer dominance over the map. 11 kills to 1. Is really not going well for the side of V.Beasts. I'm trying to get my brain into that sync now and just trying to get them on the other side. But we're all good. We are all good.
Yes, I'm just getting the overlay updated now. Well, we'll do our very best to make sure that doesn't happen again, as the game does seem like it's very, very close to wrapping up entirely. 11-1, very, very difficult to come back from. I mean, they were sort of able to just dive right into the back lines of the of this team, which of course I'm getting confused about which one we're looking at now. Kings Row are adjacent things. Oh man, I gotta make a.
We'll make a mental note next time. That's what we'll do.
Yes.
Make a mental note of what teams are which. Yeah, sorry about that. You still love us. That's good because we love you too. 11 kills to 1 is the scoreboard. Kings Row up a game, not V.Beast. They're going to dodge over the wall here. Fight's going to break out.
This dog does get a little bit of slow on his opposing number, but there's also a fight breaking out downstairs. A turret dive going on. We're going to see the Jace going in hard. So much damage coming through, and finally we're seeing the Raven realise her potential to have that one-on-one rather than one-on-threes we've been seeing all game long.
Yeah, that's where Raven really excels. That one-on-one situation where she can just stun her enemy up and then just wail on them under this stun. But 2 level of disadvantage really going to mean something for her here.
It's going to be very hard to get through. Dong into 1 to secure the kills. And it's all breaking out all the time. We're seeing the chase going down, Maxim going down very, very low. Then we see the kill being secured. And that's... it's going to be very, very tight between these two teams. They're both trying to go across. We've seen them teleport across the wall as well. A little too close for comfort.
Yeah, Jonic there just not working out at all, as we're seeing. He's just such a level disadvantage on Maxim as well, and that's something we really need to touch on. 5 levels up over this Jonic. It's just giving him an absolute terror of a time as well. Jonic has to play really, really careful, but with the amount of gap closers on the side of Kings Row, it's just really hard for him to really do anything. And we saw him in that fight trying to kite back, just didn't really help, and just was easily taken out. And the problem is obviously that if he doesn't have those gap closers, if he kind of be at that range, he's just going to be so vulnerable.
Certainly. It's surprising given how far this game seems to have skewed. We're still seeing these catches and these team fights breaking out. There's the Raven ult coming out big time. The Fire Giant going to get knocked off. He might intervene in this fight. He's walking around very, very slowly, but Raven's doing a lot of work, getting a lot of damage through. Chasing down Dream. Dream's going to have to teleport across the wall. Maxim takes the kill, but such low health bars. It's going to finish off, and he couldn't quite reach the relic in time, and that is a incredibly bloody victory.
Yeah, yet again, like I said, Maxim just with this massive level advantage. Jonic did pick up a double kill there, so really, really well played. But Maxim coming through huge. Triple kill, picks up the tower as well. This guy is absolutely going off at this point. And the thing is as well, because he's going off and the amount of items and gold he's actually got on his side, there's nothing Jonic can really do. Raven, obviously, you saw her trying to take him down, but just was not able to in the slightest. Just a scratch on his armor, and as soon as he comes out of those stuns and that CC, he's just going to be able to stun you back and knock you up and pretty much insta-kill you with the amount of advantages he does have.
Well, we've still got the fight breaking out. I mean, at this point, still a fair few towers landing, but we're going to see Jonic having to teleport away. That Maxim is such a monster, and all the crowd control in the world can't keep him at bay. So they go in underneath the tower. Roland going in pretty hard cold, having to try and get away. He cannot do it, though. Dream takes another kill. Jonic is trying to get work done, but it's having trouble. No, Dream cannot get across the wall. There's the ultimate coming out. There's a tower putting the damage through. Roland so low. Dream is getting taken out. A big pickup for Kings Row.
Wow, yeah, that was pretty big, but 18-6. This is very, very looking in Kings Row's victory. They are just doing so well at this point, and it's all off the shoulders of this Maxim, really. He could tank out that tower as well, just didn't want to go for the aggressive play. They do trade up one of the kills, but still managed to pick one up. If they just trade 1-for-1 here, obviously, they're going to be fine. You trade 1-for-1, and you just win the game in 2 extra kills. I don't think you even need to take the base at this point. You just kind of want to go for these dives. You've got Maxim with a massive resistances as well, and the shield coming out from him just absolutely huge. He's 9-2. You see the scoreboard there, just unbelievable monster. Can clear these waves so quickly. There's nothing really anybody can do to stop him right now. Even just picked up a power relic.
Relic control has certainly been so important in this game. It looks like the Fire Giant's going to go down very shortly. We'll have to see if it's going to get interrupted. It doesn't look like that's going to be any realistic proposition whatsoever. Let's get the... Let's see.
Yeah, Maxim picking up that Fire Giant's pretty huge also. He's going to be able to respawn straight off the bat if he does manage to go down. Can't imagine he will. Raven is going to try and go on to Dong here. Cole just get the knock up.
It's Fire is breaking out. We can see. I don't think the Raven actually has her ult, or she would have used it by now. No, she does. She just doesn't. She doesn't use it. She's got the mana shield. It is going to be blocked down, and there's the ultimate. It's, I think, a 3-person ultimate, and we're seeing Jonik at the back trying to do work. It's going to... this time it finally does pan out, but these team fights are so difficult to deal with. Jonik goes down, and that's the end of the game.
Yeah, Kings Row taking that really decisive victory there. And my goodness, that Maxim was just absolutely huge in that fight. Just completely shutting down Jonik. And Raven, a pick I was really excited to see picked up, just not being as effective as he should have been able to.
Alright, we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back with you guys as soon as we've got another match going.